Culture is like climate. If you're already a leader and lead a team or an organization, I'm pretty sure that you have at some point in time considered the questions around culture. The current discourse about culture is that this is an important element that could potentially determine a lot of things, including your efficacy as a leader and the performance of your team or organization. There is a lot of talk about the importance of building an inclusive culture or a creative culture or an innovative culture or a diverse culture. In the recent past, I've been adding to this conversation as well. Early next week, I'm scheduled to speak to a set of leaders about organizational culture, its importance, different kinds of culture that you can have, and so on and so forth. So I've been thinking about culture a lot. So when thinking about culture and how do you explain culture in a simple metaphor, I stumbled onto the metaphor of climate. Culture is like climate. Just like we have macroclimate, which is like, for example, weather in Singapore during April, and a microclimate, weather in Pasir Panjang Road on 8th November at 10 p.m. We can have an organizational culture or a corporate culture and a team or departmental culture. Both of these could be the same or be contrasting to each other as well. Climate is dynamic and is always evolving. The culture within our teams is also dynamic and is always evolving. You can predict what the climate would be like in the near term, but not in the mid to long term. Same way, you can reasonably predict the culture within your team in the near term, but will find it extremely difficult to do so over the mid to long term. You may not be able to design your climate, but you can control your macro environment by use of technology. For example, AC, heaters, fans, carrying an umbrella when it is expected to rain, etc. Similarly, though we may not be able to design a specific culture, we can put in place mechanisms to control our macro environment. Who and why we promote, whom we hire and fire, who is recognized, for what actions are they recognized for, what's the in group or the successful group of people do for which they are praised, and so on and so forth. In conclusion, when we are thinking of culture within the frame of climate, it allows us to understand culture better. And it also gives us the levers that we can use to either adapt to the culture or put in place interventions, tackle the adverse effects of culture. As a leader, you cannot escape the culture conversation. And knowing how to think in frames like this enables us to learn more about culture in general and our team culture in particular. This is one frame, and this frame provides us certain opportunities. Gardening is another frame through which you can look at culture. It provides us certain other levers that we can use as leaders. All said and done, culture is our responsibility. If we really want to build a high-performing team, we need to create a culture that not only supports it, but also enables it. Hope this was of help. Thanks. Take care.